Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Tuesday, the 26th of May. All right, now no surprises. The market has hardly budged with the UK and US holidays. Dollar index just cruising sideways, and not a lot of activity here on dollar one. And that whole US, whilst the holidays are on, the US China sort of arguments, tiffs, whatever you want to call them, just off the news at the moment. Now, the major pairs, no major changes here, right? So still, all the currencies, if anything, it looks like the weekend. Aussie, Kiwi, Euro, Sterling all sideways, as is dollar yen, just flirting with the top side, and dollar CAD sitting there as well, sort of biding its time. So what we're waiting for is the markets to come back with some sort of either some news on the coronavirus itself, or the fact that there's no more infections, which doesn't seem to be getting any airtime at all. Obviously, the US holiday is one key thing of note. It's funny that the WHO are coming back and sort of almost poking fun directly at Trump, who was using that hydrochloroquine, whatever it is, that malaria drug. Good news, bit of German bounce in the business, and the usual rubbish out of sort of China with regards, or Hong Kong, China. I mean, it's all basically the news service to me, or services, I should say, are just lacking any sort of substance. Like, there's no fresh news. There's no fresh coronavirus news. There's no central bank news. So you're going to start to see a fair bit of rubbish on the news services. So don't focus on that too much. Today, I would be really just taking a back seat, because there's no need to be getting involved. If you come back and have a look at the Daily FX Market Insight, we've got the same conditions today. I know it's Tuesday, but thin liquidity, right? When there's a US holiday on a Monday, we have that where the weekend is drawn out over that extra week. Most centres take the extra day off. Now, you throw a UK on holiday on there as well. Today is like the Monday open. Thin liquidity, okay, wider spreads. I've had a number of traders contacting us saying the spreads are really wide. Yeah, no kidding, right? It's a US holiday. It's a UK holiday. We've just come out of the weekend. There is no liquidity on a lot of pairs. Now, the major pairs are all back within normal ranges. But if you're trading, I would say, gold in this sort of exotic basket, you are going to see huge spreads around these big holidays. And you need to understand that. If you don't, Google it, right? This is pretty crazy that you don't understand that there's pretty crap liquidity on holidays. Active pairs, well, to me, right at the moment, there are none. And we are waiting for momentum to catch up with the sort of trend lines, basically, at this point. So that's where we are. The watch list pairs, I've updated these. If anything, the technical levels here have just changed by about 10 points on sort of probably both sides. That's all that's happened, right? We don't have any major news. It's, as I said, it feels like Sunday to me, but I'm sure we'll get some activity as the markets open. And if you come back down here and have a look through the coming data, we've got some consumer confidence numbers out of the US. That should really give the market something to think about. It'd be good to see if those numbers start to bounce. That's pretty good. That's what the Fed has been trying to do, is put an underlying base under consumer and business confidence. So if we start to see some of these numbers bounce, well, that's going to be a good thing. The RBNZ financial stability report, that could be anything. Could be as loose as you like. Kiwi's not doing much, so it's going to need something to get it really going. And that's pretty much it as far as the fundamental picture goes. As I showed you there before, the technical framework isn't, we've got trend lines, but we just don't have any movement. So once again, there's nothing you can do at this stage except sit back and wait for the momentum to come back in the market. All right, guys, have a good trade day. Cheerio.